Today we're in Luton and we're rescuing the garden of Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim.
And I'm Ashley. I'm the son.
So I've lived here for 30 years and I've got family all around the world. I've got a daughter who lives out in Melbourne, my son who lives out in Utah, a brother who lives in Detroit, an auntie in Holland, so they're well spread out, and just one son who lives in Bristol.
So she's keen to get them over.
When family come and visit, it's always better to go to someone else's house where we can enjoy the outside garden. It's not very inviting for everybody to sit out there.
OK, her family is all over the world, but when they do come home to see her with the grandkids, she wants a space where she can entertain them.
It's not somewhere we enjoy being, I'll be honest.
I rarely sit out in the garden. The most I do is go out and hang the washing out. The main issues in the garden is the lawn's higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah, tufty lawn.
Patio has been down, I don't know how long, because it was there when we moved in, so I don't like looking at the patio anymore.
Yeah, that patio is definitely looking a little tired.
And she's asked for something rather unusual as well.
When the children were little and we used to do most of our holidays in the UK, we would go to some country village. And whenever I saw phone boxes, I just thought that would be really cool to have a path and a phone box at the end of it in the garden.
She'd like a red phone box, so we'll see how we go with that one.
I think that's quite fun. I think Kim is a lot of fun. I wonder what else she's after in the garden.
This part of the garden, I would really like some sort of seating area because come 5 o'clock time, when I get home from work, the sun's there. Be a lovely seating area to sit and entertain friends or read a book or something like that.
Wow. She's got a sun trap, which is great, actually. I think, you know, when you've got a sun trap, it's like, yeah, just use it to the most, optimise it.
The ideal sort of garden picture is a country village, nice little seating area by a phone box, loads and loads of country flowers, lots of smells, really, really nice, pretty area to sit in.
Now, I have to say, the garden at the moment is definitely plain Jane and doesn't look like an English country garden.
Well, what I'd like to see is lots of colour, some nice eating, socialising areas so that when all the family come home, we can enjoy the outside space and it might even entice them back from all corners of the world.
Budget's £4,000, so nice healthy budget.
But a second-hand phone box would just eat up that budget, so I'm going to have to think creatively about how we can do this.
We might have to think outside the box for the phone box.
Be nice to use this area every now and again. We normally don't make it past the patio.
A favourite, and whichever designer loses helps the winner build the garden. The budget will be spent on materials, whilst back in Luton, Kim and Ashley have received the designer's pitches.
Kim, here's my design. I know you wanted an English country garden, but I've given you 2 English country gardens, both low maintenance. So we've got this seating area outside your patio doors. This is more formal, somewhere where you and the girls would have afternoon tea and cream cakes, and then at the bottom of the garden, something a little bit more different and quirky, a secret garden where you can have a gin and tonic with family and friends.
Oh, very nice.
Hi, Kim. This is my garden for you, and I've called it Flocks in Your Phone Box. Now, there were certain things that you wanted, and you wanted a garden that was full of scent and full of colour, an English-style garden, and I've given you that. We've got 2 generous patios, because I know you've got a big family. We've got 2 raised beds packed with your English cottage garden classics, and, top of your wish list, a phone box.
And a phone box.
Both designers have clearly listened to the brief, but it's the details that make or break a pitch. So, what have they planned for the area by the house?
So, Kim, this patio here is upcycling your old paving, but making it look much more formal. We've got chippings in between, so it'll be nice and easy to walk on. You'll be able to put table and chairs on there. But this is the formal garden. So we've got evergreen hedging running around to frame it. Now, these evergreen hedges have got topiary built into them.
I never thought of you as a topiary kind of person.
Then we've got beautiful cottage planting with roses and lavenders and some shrubs that give you that colour and scent, sort of almost spilling over into the patio.
Very nice, lots of scent around there as well.
So you come out of the house onto the patio. We've given you a beautiful new patio, lovely stone, but we've got some nice little edging with some gravel just to soften it a bit.
It's about time we got some new pavers.
And what I've done with the raised beds is I've made the wall out of dry stone walling. So that gives that sort of romantic feel to the garden. We've got 2 of those beds.
Oh, I love this stone walling.
I'm packing both with lots of perennials. I'm giving you your classic cottage garden style things. I'm going to put some lavender in there, some cosmos. We'll put in a few roses, you know, give you romance and scent.
She's got lavender. It's going to be all kinds of fancy smells and colours going on back there.
Both designs feature an entertaining space, with Charlie reusing the old pavers and adding topiary flourishes, whilst Flo is going all out with a new patio and masses of dry stone wall. So what have they planned for the far end of the space?
And then at the bottom of the garden, a secret garden. Patio here, a sort of cottage patio, very random. And then we've got this timber wall that runs round at about 2 foot high with trellis on either side. So we've got the climbers like wisteria and clematis and climbing roses. So it'll look quite romantic, almost like nature has taken the patio back. And then in this corner, as a fun focal point, is going to be a telephone box, because I know you've always wanted a telephone box. Now, it's not a real telephone box, it's actually a plant support.
There's a phone box in there.
And there's the phone box.
So we're stepping up the lawn to the second patio, which is a sun trap patio, your late evening sun. This second patio is big enough to accommodate your family when they come from, you know, all corners of the world. So up in the corner, you can see there's a phone box. Now, sadly, it's not a reconditioned original phone box, because that would blow the budget. It's my interpretation of a phone box. And what I've done is I've packed it full of plants.
It'll be a cool little area down here.
Yeah.
While both offer phone box planters, the designers are stamping a strong identity on the space with either a secret garden or a sunset patio. But that's not all. There's more to entice Kim.
And then we've got a focal point of this beautiful cherry tree. Beautiful blossom in the spring. It won't get too big, but it'll be just a huge focal point, and it will screen off the other garden. And we've got another blossom tree here, maybe a crab apple.
You'll have the same trees as me. I have a cherry and a crabapple tree.
I'm going to put in a couple of trees as well for height and for a bit of screening. And I put a fruit tree in there, and we're going to underplant it.
I love the trees. Look how pretty that looks.
So there you have it. Phlox in your phone box for you, Kim.
We've got the phlox. Have you ever seen phlox?
Yeah, it's really, really pretty colours. Really pretty.
I hope you like my design.
With that, the pitches are over.
Yeah, my own little hideaway in the bottom of the garden.
Both designers have nailed the brief. So, will Kim and Ashley go for Charlie's design with its secret garden, scented cottage planting and blossom trees? Or Flo's plan with a sun trap patio, 2 dry stone walls and a phlox phone box?
Right, let's have a think about this. So, they've both got the wonderful phone box.
Yeah. I do like that Flo's is more circular. It's a little bit more interesting.
I like the trees in that, especially the cherry tree.
Secret garden is going to be...
Yeah, the secret garden is amazing.
Yeah.
I really love the stone walling. That makes it look really countrified.
Yeah.
It's really difficult because they're completely different ideas, aren't they?
This is going to be tough.
The pressure's on. It's time to choose the winner.
It's been a really tough decision, but we've finally decided to go with Flo's design. Absolutely love the stone wall beds. Phone box is brilliant. Looking forward to seeing all that phlox in the box.
So it's Flo's design that's dialed in and on point.
Oh, I'm not jealous at all that you won this one. Well done.
I did, thank you.
Those raised beds, though, that dry stone walling, gorgeous.
Beautiful,
No wonder
isn't it?
she picked yours, eh?
Yeah, but your secret garden, equally, that idea was pretty lush.
Yeah, but I didn't win, hey?
No.
But the telephone box, going to be the star of the show.
Absolutely, 100%. Come on.
I'm with you.
In Luton, with telephone boxes, cottage planting and dry stone walls to build, there's a lot for Ben and his team of landscapers to get their heads around.
Quite a bit going on. Let's start out the house. You can see here there is 2 big paving areas, so a lot of prep work, but Paul, I need you to get on top of it.
Yeah.
One of the biggest features in here is a dry stone walling. So Andy, there is 30 linear meters. There's a lot to do,
30?
but can I help you?
Yeah.
We're in it. Lee, you can see up in the top left.
Is it a red box?
Now, Flo would like your interpretation of a phone box.
How long have we got? 3 weeks.
Just crack on.
There's certainly a heap of hard landscaping to crack.
I think that works there.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So thorough preparation of the ground is paramount. And out front, a mighty 6 tons of rock costing nearly £1,300 has arrived. It's almost a third of the budget, but there's a huge expanse of dry stone wall to build.
If you do 3 in a line, and then we can get some on top. Yeah.
With the rocks unloaded, the technical side of constructing the wall is next on the agenda.
What's going on there?
We strip the grass off.
Yes.
We're not going to put a footing in.
Right.
Because a traditional dry stone wall doesn't have a footing.
OK.
We just use the big, wide, spanning stones
Yep.
to bridge the floor, and then we'll obviously build up off them.
Wonderful.
And, but also, it's only going a foot high.
True.
So if you want to get involved,
Yes, please. I
big
need to
ones in
learn.
the bottom,
Big ones at the bottom.
and then we're going to cross each joint as you come up, like that. And that way it gives it its strength and structure
Love it.
and holds together. Good man.
But there's not just the wall to build, there's also the phone box planter to construct. The decorative front is being made with marine ply, which is easy to work with and durable enough to withstand the elements.
Right, so as you can see now, I've cut out the ply, which is going to be the carrier for the body of the phone box. You see, I've routed these bits out, so that's going to protect the end grain of the ply. It's all tenolised timber. That's going to be glued and screwed onto there, like so, all the way around. And we've got this lovely tenolised timber here, which is going to be going down the edges and using this to do the crossbars as well. And once it's got some paint on it, it should look telephone box-ish.
The garden is quickly transforming. Paul has got the preparation going on this patio here, ready for the slabs to go down. It's going to look wonderful in that area there. Andy, he's working so hard to get this wall up. I really need it because we're up against it.
Ben, just cast your eye over this, mate. See, we get all these little bits in there, what all lock it up together. So that's basically the height we want, which is a foot. Are you happy with that?
Absolutely.
By the house, the new patio is underway. Flo's chosen rustic sandstone pavers that cost nearly £300 to help with the country cottage aesthetic.
What do you think? I've put that on the corner, and then I thought we could do the same on the other corner. Could have them as little seats. Perfect height.
It's lovely, absolutely lovely.
And then we'll just get the smaller cap-ins,
Yep.
like a soldier course around there.
It's going to look beautiful.
I know what you're thinking. It's a funny colour for a telephone box. This is just the primer undercoat that's going on first. Need to get this on, and then we've got a good base then for the red top coat that's going on over the top.
The landscapers are making great progress, but there's the sundowner patio still to lay, and the dry stone walling is far from finished.
And now we can actually start to make it look something resembling a telephone box.
time for Flo and Charlie to enter the fray.
Hey, hey! So today it's all about the English country garden for Kim, a place that's going to be full of scent and colour.
I bet she's really excited
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's going to
absolutely.
look gorgeous. So what am I up to then?
Well, you know, her family are flung across the 4 corners of the globe. I'm thinking something that will remind her of that when she's sitting in the garden.
Oh, OK, I think I know where I'm going with that one.
OK, it's a broad brief. I'll just leave it with you.
Sounds ideal to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
What are you going to be doing then?
Well, the garden was just empty beforehand, wasn't it?
Fence, 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 fence.
Lawn.
Little bit of lawn.
So I am going to pack it with flowers and plants. So I'm going to be planting today.
You sound like you're going to be busy. Come on.
Let's get to work. Oh, just have a look. Wow.
Look at that, dry stone walling. Oh.
That's brilliant.
I'm going to have to up my game now, aren't I?
Yes, my dear.
I'm going to have to go and think about things.
OK, let me just take this all in. Well, we've got new patio here, which is gorgeous and ample, and Kim's going to love that, to be able to sit down and survey the whole garden. Beautiful dry stone wall raised bed, which is looking stunning. Really impressed by that. Look, there's even a little perch. I wonder if I can sit on that. A little perch there. It's quite nice. We've got our lawn shaped in a circle like that, just to add a little dynamism here, take away from everything just being square and rectilinear. And then this is going to be the sun patio, the late evening patio. OK, and then as we're curving round, another raised bed. This is going to have a fruit tree in here. And we're also going to have another tree here. And then the garage on this side, I'm going to put a fan-shaped fruit tree across this wall. So over time, it's just going to spread out, bear fruit, and be gorgeous. So there's still loads to do. I've got to crack on.
To bring a cottagey feel to Kim's garden, Flo splashed out nearly £800, or a fifth of the budget, just on plants and trees to create instant visual impact.
Look at that. A fan apple. Woohoo! I'm a fan of apple.
Playing with the plants
no,
already.
I'm so excited. Look at all this.
I know.
Plantage.
Makes a huge difference just seeing some plants in the garden.
Yeah.
So I've upped my game slightly.
OK.
Because I'm feeling I'm having to.
Right, good, good.
I'm thinking signpost, arrows on it pointing to Melbourne, Utah, Michigan, Bristol. Yeah?
That covers the globe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's where they're all from. And then underneath, maybe some plants that come from those areas or associated with
I
those
like
areas.
your thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So where will we be putting this?
So I'm thinking, imagine late evening, she's sitting over in the sun patio, just, you know, taking a drink and
Chillaxing.
maybe, looking out. And maybe I'm thinking that corner over there, as her gaze wanders over there.
That sounds good to me.
Hey, nice job, Andy.
Oh, hi, Flo.
Yeah, it's almost finished, huh?
Yeah, I'm just put a few cappings on.
Right.
I'm going to wet bed these cappings so that anybody's round in the garden, they can just sit on the wall if they tending to the plants or whatever.
Okay.
So,
And it makes it a bit more stable, I guess.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Keeps the weather out the wall and everything, so...
Brilliant.
Are you up for laying one?
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. Let's get it on then.
Yes. There we go. How much space do I leave?
Right up to
Right
it.
up
Put
to
it
it.
right up.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Give him a tap. Just overhanging them a bit so that you can sort of sit on them easier and the water runs off.
Oh,
without
right.
Going back into the wall.
Okay, yeah, that's technique. Great.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
so we're getting there.
Okay. Nice job.
It's not long before Andy has finished the stone walls, and after filling them with soil, Flo is keen to get some structure in.
This is one of 3 trees I'm going to be planting today. This is an Amelanchier canadensis. It's from Canada, as the name suggests, and it's a really good tree for a small garden. I'm just going to pop it out the way while I dig a hole. Amelanchier is known commonly as Juneberry, and it produces flowers, blossom quite early on in the season, and then berries in June, which, if you can get to them before the birds do, are really quite delicious. It's a light, airy canopy, and this one will grow to about 3 metres. So actually, a good size for a small garden. Likes full sun or part shade, and it's just a really good plant and a very popular tree to have in gardens at the moment. So, right, let's see how that goes. Oh, brilliant.
An Amelanchier like this costs around £100. It's not cheap, but its size means it'll provide instant structure within the bed.
You know this is going to be the star of the show, don't you, sir?
No pressure then.
No, it's looking fantastic. So, is this a K2, K6 or a K8?
This is sort of a version of a K6.
Oh, you've been doing your own work, haven't you?
Designed by Giles Gilbert Scott.
Oh, OK. So this is like one of those ones that goes there, long bit there.
Yeah.
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 I've just simplified it because obviously for the planting.
Plants all spilling
Spill out.
through. It's going to look gorgeous, I have to say. I've been doing my homework as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Did you know that Utah is 4,884 miles-ish from Luton?
Yeah?
Yeah. Netherlands, 264. Bristol,
Oh, 108-ish?
yeah, unless you've got my taxi service, and it can be way more, I have to say. And then, have you seen the K9s going up and down the road? There's been some real cuties.
There has been some lovely canines.
I do love a bad joke.
You want them painted red, though?
The famous K6 phone box was produced from 1936 until 1968. And back in the garden, it's Flo's call on where to position it.
Flo,
Yeah?
just chatting to Andy in the
Okay.
corner, and we're just trying to work out the direction of the phone box.
Right.
So either, well, there you go.
On an angle, you thinking?
I think so, yeah. Have it at 45 degrees across the corner.
Yes.
So the phone box is facing straight out.
Yes, perfect.
So we'll swing it around 45.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I thought it'd be quite nice just to raise it up a little bit.
Give it a little platform.
A little platform.
Brilliant.
And we'll get some slabs on here and just show it off a little bit.
Nice.
Kim's family are spread all over the world, so Charlie's working on a way to remind her of them when she's in the garden.
Right, my signs are coming together. So I've got different shaped signs, all a bit quirky. This one's going to be Bristol. Bristol. And it's 108 miles that way-ish, but we'll work that out. So what I thought would be nice is drill some holes in it and then put the blue marbles in for Bristol blue glass. Ooh. So I'm going to drill some holes and then give it a quick lick of paint. Yeah, get in there, get in there.
The more we get in the ground, the stronger they'll be. Pull that one there, what's after that stone?
Yeah.
We'll start with that one.
Flo's design calls for a decorative gravelled area between the lawn and the patios, both at the front and rear of the garden. And she's come up with a way of using the leftover stone to form an edge to contain the gravel.
And that's a nice bit of edging that's in
And
character.
it sort of ties
Yeah.
the curves in.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting some stones dressed. We'll get a trench out. We'll get some concrete in.
I love it.
I wouldn't trust him at all. Do you not agree, Ben?
Oh, Andy,
What are you doing? I didn't know you were here today.
where are you going?
Why are you going with that long post?
Post. It's me post sign, so can it be down in
In the bed?
there, just
Where-
like there?
In front of that post?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And then I can plant that bit up.
Wow.
Yeah, that way a bit more.
Yeah. Left a bit. No, right a bit. Left a little bit.
That would be, I just need it away because I'm not sure, because your homework in a bit is get your compass out and work out whether Melbourne is that way or whether Melbourne is that way. But then having said that, when you fly, you can either fly that way or you can fly that way.
But we need it pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be that way.
You know what this is, don't you?
What?
It's a mobile phone.
They were bigger than this in my day.
I know. OK? Yeah. Let's look at it.
Yeah, it's still red.
I like it.
It's stunning. I love it. Thank you. It's beautiful.
You're welcome.
A
It's
work of art.
been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's going to look even more special when we planted it up. But
Well,
yeah.
you've covered it up with plants so you can't see it. Yeah, I know.
Let's hope we get a good signal in it.
With the red phone box in place, the garden is starting to take shape. In the main raised bed around the Amelanchier, Flo has plans for a riot of cottagey flora.
This is a really big raised bed and we've got loads of soil to put in before we can start planting. So it's a matter of getting the level just right. Good preparation before we start planting.
Thoroughly digging over a bed not only mixes up the new compost, soil and grit, but it also leaves a nice crumb or texture, which has another added bonus.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do actually is just do all the preps to make it really easy so when we come to plants, it's just going to be a dream. The plant's just going to slide in. That's the ambition.
Once the beds are dug over, it's time to position the plants. But Flo's exacting standards mean every species is carefully arranged so the end result is a feast of colour for the eyes.
This border is going to be full of perennials, lots of colour and scent, but it's also really important to have some structure in the border, have some evergreen presence. And this Osmanthus burkwoodii is a beautiful plant. I love it. It's so elegant, very sort of stately and that sort of quiet beauty. It has beautiful, creamy, scented, highly scented flowers in spring, and then later in autumn, it's followed by berries, which the birds love. It's a plant that is easy to maintain. It grows in full sun, part shade, so a really good plant for low maintenance and for beginner gardeners, and which is what Kim is, so this is going to be great for her.
And for around £30, you get scent and year-round interest, so it's a bargain for the back of the bed.
One. So Bristol. Let's do Melbourne.
How many L's in Melbourne?
One, I think. She's teasing me, that girl. I had a slight spelling mistake. Holland with 3 L's. Holland.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. Do you want a hand?
Yeah, if you could... Are we saying Michigan like that, are we?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And then Utah.
Utah.
Right, where do you think? So Holland, if Bristol's that way, Holland's got to be about that way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let's stand back and admire this.
Oh, well, that's quite fun. Those marbles work very well, don't they, with the sunshine?
Catching the sun, they're just gorgeous.
Because most Bristolians are a bit hippy-dippy, aren't they, Ben?
That's all right, my baver.
It's looking really good. I like the different characters of all the signs.
Fun,
She's
fun,
going to
fun.
just be bowled over by that.
For the gravel borders, Flo's chosen more than £100 worth of Cotswold chippings. And to complement the cottage planting, Charlie and Flo are adding some country charm to the phone box.
Just drilling the holes in the bottom of these containers, because these containers are going to be planted up and then they're going to go in the telephone box so that the flowers are sort of spilling out of where the windows would be. So any container has got to have drainage holes so that the plants don't rot their roots. My dar.
That's the front, isn't it, with the...
with the ivy, yeah.
The ivy, yeah.
The ivy.
OK. Here we go. There we go. phlox in your phone box.
With the all-important phone box planted, the fan-trained apple tree goes in against the garage wall, where the extra heat will encourage bigger, riper fruit. Some privacy will be brought to the garden by a cherry tree in the raised bed by Charlie's family sign. And as the beds begin to fill out with cottage garden colour, the end is in sight.
There. I thought it'd be quite fun to try and plant underneath the sign plants that actually come from the area or are very similar to what you would see in the area. So, keep up with me here. We've got Grevillea. That sort of is an Australian plant, so that's Melbourne, and it will do fine here. I've got Coreopsis, or tick seed, from Utah, and also delphiniums. There's a delphinium that's a wild plant of Utah as well, but this is an ornamental version of it. And then we've got asters, 2 different types, which are from Michigan. I'm also going to plant some tulips, because you think Holland, you think tulips. Going to plant them 3 times the depth of the bulb. So 1, 2, 3, deep. And you put sort of a cluster together, 3 or 4 in the bottom of the hole. And one other interesting little fact about tulips, if you're putting them into a pot, if you look at tulips, they tend to have like a flat side to them. And that's where the big leaf comes out. So if you're doing a pot, if you put the flat sides to the outside, then you'll find that all your big leaves are curling out of the pot, so it doesn't look all congested. So I'm going to put, I think, 3 tulips there, 3 over there, or maybe 4. And then I've also got some Bristol onions for Bristol. Now, they are called Bristol onions, but they've also got some other common names. They're more commonly referred to as drumstick alliums or round-headed garlic. But it's known as Bristol onion because it's the only place that they grow wild in the UK in the Clifton Gorge. So I thought that was quite fun. And they get quite tall, so I'm going to sprinkle those over the back. I'll put those over there. Right, now this is my Australian plant. So Grevillea is hardy in the UK as long as it's in free draining soil, so it doesn't like its roots being wet. Plant it somewhere where it is sunny and bright and open. So, you know, it will be happy that way. Now, it's also known as juniper grevillea because the leaves look like juniper bush. It gets to about 1.5 meters eventually, but its other common name, which actually describes it really well, is prickly spider flower, because the leaves are quite prickly. I mean, not terribly, but so I'm having it away from the border edge, but the flowers on it are really amazing. They look like multi-legged spiders. Red this one is, but you can also get them yellow. So it's quite fun, looks lovely, and it covers Australia plant.
It's been a busy day for the team in Luton, and there's just a couple more jobs that need doing.
Last finishing touch, a little solar uplighter for the signpost, because I think Kim is a tight lady. Come the evening time, she's going to be sat on that patio, the sun will be setting, she'll be looking at the signpost, thinking of all her family, with a gin and tonic or a splash of fizz. So I'm going to put a spotlight on it so she can see it. And it comes on automatically when the light level drops.
And with this final touch, the quirky, colourful country cottage garden is finished.
Flo, I mean, what a transformation. I mean, the garden, it just looks incredible. It's oldie worldy, it's cottagey, it's fun, and the dry stone walls are just absolutely beautiful.
I know. I'm lost for words as well. All of those things, and it just looks so lush.
It looks absolutely fantastic. I think Kim, I mean, she's going to love it, because there's so much vibrancy and colour to the garden.
There's a lot to take in. You know, there's the patio over there, this patio.
Evening sunshine.
Evening sunshine, the telephone box.
Yeah.
This vantage point, taking everything in. The signposts.
I have to say, that telephone box, I mean, that is the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
Oh, she is going to go bonkers.
Yeah, of course.
And Kim won't have to be embarrassed about her garden with her family and friends anymore.
No more, no. Well, I think it's time to call her in, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Let's go get her. Oh, Kim!
Before the team arrived, this empty, unloved garden, with its crumbling patio, weedy lawn and barely a plant in sight, couldn't be enjoyed by Kim. But after working with a £4,000 budget, it's been transformed into a bright, colourful and welcoming space. By the house, a rustic sandstone patio bordered with gravel gives a hint of what lies beyond. A huge raised bed with dry stone walls is filled with colourful and scented cottage planting. From there, there's the second patio to greet the evening sun and perhaps raise a glass to faraway family. Whilst the crowning glory is the telephone box bursting with vibrant planting. Finally, more dry stone walling borders the international bed with Charlie's quirky sign and plants from all over the world. But what will Kim and her son Ashley make of it all?
I'm very excited about this.
And now is the moment of truth. You can open your eyes.
Oh,
Wow. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh, how beautiful.
You like?
Oh, it's lovely.
It's a bit of a change, eh?
Yeah, wow.
Very cool, very
It looks
cool.
a completely different shape now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've got a new patio.
Yeah, beautiful.
A very big patio that you can come and sit down from here, have a coffee, enjoy the garden.
Where's all the weeds? Can we get the moss back?
We can get some spray on moss, maybe.
That little patio outside the patio doors, beautiful. Morning cup of tea, cup of coffee.
So from here is the lovely raised bed with this wonderful, this beautiful dry stone.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
That looks great.
We packed this border with lots of colour, lots of perennials, but also some evergreens as well. A lovely multi-stem tree that's going to give you midsummer interest. And just some ornamental grasses and some taller perennials at the back that will just move through the wind. Most of these plants are pollinator friendly, so you'll bring lots of wildlife into the garden.
That central raised bed is beautiful and so cottagey. And the Amelanchier is going to arch over. It would be so lovely, even just sat on the edge of the bed.
This border here, along the wall, we've got a espalier fruit tree. It's an apple tree, so lots of fruit to come in the summer. As it grows, it will just fill that wall and just spread out.
Sweet.
Lovely. Yeah, really
And you
nice.
wanted I remember you asking specifically for a cherry tree, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, so just over here.
That's
this
the cherry
tree. We've got a cherry
wow, yeah, lovely.
We got matching cherry trees.
Yeah, he's got a cherry tree at home.
Oh, cool.
What a coincidence, matching gardens.
So if we take another trip down this way,
Look at that.
big red phone box.
Amazing.
It's what you ordered.
You got your phone box.
You a
Yeah.
phone box, yes. And actually, this was built from scratch by Lee.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
So
he's done
cool.
a great job. And the pink flowers are called phlox. Do you remember I said it was called phlox in your phone box? They're phlox.
Wonderful.
So, yeah,
Very
that's good.
beautiful.
Yeah, and here's another patio. You wanted a
Yeah.
patio for the late sun. So
Yeah.
we've got this area
Perfect.
here, planted up.
The patio at the bottom of the garden is absolutely perfect. Evening sunshine, but of course you also get to look back at the garden. So you see all the gorgeous planting.
And if we have a little spin around here, With another fruit tree here, an apple tree, and some shade-loving plants in this corner here. And this little beauty here.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a little craft, a project that Charlie created. And as you can see, lots of different destinations representing places where your family are.
Super cool.
Yeah.
That is really good.
And interestingly enough, Charlie's planted plants there that relate to and are native to the different locations.
Wow.
Oh, they like my signpost.
And then tucked in the back, just another little fruit tree and crab apple tree.
Yeah,
as well.
I've got a crab apple too.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
We've got twin gardens now.
Oh, great, great. So, lots of interest in the garden, lots
Yeah.
of scent, colour, produce.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing, Flo. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, Kim has now got a garden that she can be proud of, and I'm sure she'll really enjoy showing it off to all her friends and family.
Absolutely amazing. Exactly what I wanted.
It's not too bad, is it?
Really so many extra bits that we never thought of.
This might encourage us to come back a little bit more.
For your annual visit.
From music to fashion, Lenny Henry explores Caribbean Britain with some famous faces. Watch now on iPlayer. And 4 people saying, "This is my house, but who's telling the truth?" Joel Dommett helps Richard and Judy Love tonight at 8:30. But next up, Antiques Road Trip here on BBC One.